what are like the top preparation tips would you give before commencing Hajj? Like what knowledge should you have, you know, prior?
I think, yeah, the biggest knowledge that you can have is to understand the symbolism of Hajj. You see, just as animal sacrifice, which is a part of Hajj, it is not something to be done per se. I mean, animal sacrifice is not something per se. It symbolizes a certain thing. Similarly, the whole Hajj has a symbolism behind it. It's like you dedicating yourself for the cause of God. It's like an enemy starting off from Mecca, going to Mina, and then to Arafat, and then to Muzdalifah. It's like, taking turns, and you're wearing unstitched cloth, especially the men, two unstitched cloths that signify your dedication towards God, and you're not any more interested in the pleasures of the world, and you have just dedicated yourself to God. So I think the best thing that you can do is to try to understand the symbolism behind what you are doing. Why are you being asked to wear the ihram? Why is it that you need to go to these sites? Why do you need to pelt stones? Why is it that you need haircut? For example, men are required to shave their heads or do a haircut, and women are required to just cut a small tuft of their hair. Let me also, since you have asked, give you this explanation that this haircut has also a very deep significance. Not just cutting off your hair or a few uh, uh, crotches of your hair. Basically, you see, this also symbolized a very ancient custom. So, in ancient times, when slaves were dedicated to a king or they were brought to his presence, their heads were shaved off. Their heads were shaved off in uh, and this symbolized that now they have come to a new master, so to speak. The new king is now their master, and this shaving off of the head symbolized that. So the Quran, or the Hajj ritual, has taken the same ancient tradition, but it has only reversed the roles. The king is no longer a human being. The king is now the creator of the heavens and the earth, God Himself. So when you shave off your head or you cut your head, you have a haircut. Basically, this is a symbolism in which you are dedicating yourself to God, which means that now you are, you're just going to answer to God. No one else is you're not going to fear anyone else. He's the only person that you're answerable to. You are now his, like, so to speak, his slave, or his servant. So this is another symbolism. Similarly, Muzdalifah, if you look at the field, it's like a vast field in which people lie down at night. It resembles the day of judgment, in which people would be present with their, in large numbers. It symbolizes that day of judgment as if you are present before God. So when you're at Arafat, you're beseeching God. At Wukuf of Arafat is like standing before Him and praying before Him. And so you see all these, each of these, I would say, rites of Hajj. If you study the symbolism of each of these rites, you will understand that they are not meant per se. I mean, haircut is not meant for a haircut. It has a symbol. Pelting stones is not just meant to pelt stones. It has a symbolism. The army moving from one place to another is not just a symbolism. And in fact, if you look at some of the traditions, you'll find that Arafat is basically a surrogate of the Kaaba itself. And So you see, these are some of the things that if you are able to gauge before you do Hajj, you will enjoy it. It will be an experience that will be very revealing and very refreshing.